Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for August 12th, 13th, and 14th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, a couple of things. This is just the introduction. It will be on all the videos. So if you're new here, then just go down to the timestamp where it says Crosswatchers, and then the timestamp, and you can bypass the introduction. I hope you listen and watch at least one time. Now, the other thing is I've been playing with my sound again, so let's see if this works. How's that? Okay, anyway, you know that this is the weekend, so I am using my decks. I am using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. I am also using my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull one from my over here, Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for the overview, for the introduction, what's going on in the world, I am using my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and I've infused all the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to the Spirit of God, Holy Spirit, Source, whoever that is to you, and just let the words flow. Okay, so a couple of things before we do this. You know that I'm always going to go through the just what's going on in the stars, because, you know, we were told to watch the heavens, watch the universe, watch the stars. Now, you know the 11th at, 9:35 p.m. is that full moon. And, you know, so this is that time to release, relinquish, and request. And release what's holding you back, relinquish what you don't need anymore, and request the good stuff. Then what we're going to be doing is we'll be going into the 12th, 13th, 14th. And yes, you could still be doing this 3 days before, the day of, and the 3 days after that full moon. And then it becomes the waning moon. And as it wanes, it gets smaller. And as it gets smaller and smaller, and it leads to that new moon. But that's a little bit down the road, 2 weeks down the road. Anyway, that's when you do a lot of releasing, when it's waning. However, we're still in that time period. Now, we've also had the Lion's Gate. Now, I have heard that the Lion's Gate portal closes. I've heard on the 11th, but I've also heard on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So we still have a lot of that metaphysical energy going on, especially with that portal energy. So, lots of things were conjuncting and squaring with that full moon. You know, we had Uranus squaring, we had Saturn conjuncting, and then there was also some that were joining it, some were, conjuncting and sextiling and opposing. So those are all very strong energies for this 11th. So again, you know, 3 days before, 3 days after. I like to see it more around the day before, the day of, and the day after, but it's really strong stuff. And, you know, the fact that Leo, the planets that were in Leo were opposing and squaring with Aquarius, because Aquarius and Leo usually can partner very well together. But there's a little bit of an irritation there. There's a little bit of an irritation. So we will see what we will see around those dates. The 14th, we jump to the 14th now, and we have Mars in Taurus, and that's trining Pluto, which is retrograde, in Capricorn. Both of those are at 26 degrees. Trining is a very positive. They're really working together. Mars is the god of war, the planet of war, the energy of war, also Aries energy. Pluto is about destruction and transformation. And, you know, Taurus and Capricorn, both of these are earth energy. So the 14th could have some very interesting revelations, interesting news happening. So then we also have on the 14th, we have the Leo, the sun in Leo, opposing Saturn, which is retrograde at in Aquarius. Now they're a little bit off. The sun's 20 degrees, while Saturn is 24 degrees. So that's an interesting little thing. But remember, Saturn in Aquarius, I've been saying it since it went there. It is all about truth versus illusion, lies versus truth, reality versus, you know, what is really real, what is it that we believe it to be real. So now Leo is very, likes to think of themselves, or likes to think of Leo as very open and very honest. So now we have the sun and we have Saturn. They're both opposing each other. Again, what does that mean? It could, again, revelations, things coming out, things that we might not even have been aware of. So the 14th, so the 11th, important energies, very strong energies, very digging things up energies. The 14th has a continuation, but it's pulled in some different planets. Well, Leo, well, they've made different types of arrangements, okay? So it's kind of like, well, if you don't see it this way, well, let's try to work this out, and maybe you need to see it from a different point of view, okay? So interesting. We'll see what happens. I know that the Lionsgate has been very transformational, so we will just see what we will see. Anyway, let's go on. And again, if you want to bypass, just go down and, click on the timestamp. I'll put that in there. Also, too, take a moment, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Lots of likes helps to get the algorithms things and lets the videos be seen. Okay, let's see what we've got here. To higher power. What's going on in the world that we need to know about, or you want to share, or how do you want to work this out? How's that? Let's see. Here we go. Now 3 cards. We'll put them down. Here we are. First card. Okay, now this is reversed. Reversed has a little stronger energy to me. Some people will read it as the opposite, but I just look at it as very stronger energies. Now, we have a 4. So we have a 4 of Pentacles. 4 is stability, organization. It's also leadership energy. It's very stable type of energy. However, this is our money energy. This is giving, receiving. This is what, with this card itself, this is keep your money close at hand and watch your money. I'm getting, a lot of times the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Earth, because this is an Earth energy. This is Capricorn, Taurus. Yeah, we have Capricorn and Taurus doing stuff right now. And it's also Virgo. Virgo's going to be joining the party soon enough. But there's a lot of reciprocity. There's a lot of giving and receiving. Sometimes this is giving and receiving of your own nature. I am getting the watch your money. Watch your money. Watch what's happening with the money. Watch what, and I don't necessarily, feel that it's so much the protection of money as much as it is the just follow the money. Follow the money energy here. Now this king sits there and has the money under his feet. He's holding the money and the money is crowning him. So this is important for him. He also has a very protective stance, or no, he's not standing, a protective way of, maintaining the money. So again, there's a lot of follow the money type of energy with this 4 of Pentacles. Your next card is, so now again, reversed. We have the 8 of Swords. Now, Swords energy is our Aquarius. We have Aquarius opposing Leo right now. It is also our Gemini, and it's our Libra. It is about thoughts, processes, hearing news. It's about, making plans. Now, the 8 of Swords. 8 is unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. But in this picture, the woman looks like she is actually, and this is a feminine energy, she looks like she is being held where she's at. She's got, she's standing in some water, so the water in itself may be a little slippery. I'm kind of feeling like she's worried about falling in the mud. At the same time, there are swords that are, are they guarding her? Are they keeping her in? Are they keeping her from the castle? The interesting thing about it, so we have 3 on one side, we have 5 on the other. 3 swords, the number 3 usually is about celebration. It's also about creativity. But then we have the 5 swords, and 5 is about change. Interesting part, the woman doesn't move. She's standing there. She looks bounded. She looks like she's got, these not ropes per se, but these cloths that are holding her back. She does have the ability to move. However, I feel like she's a little bit on the slippery slope. I feel like she's a little bit afraid to move because she doesn't quite know what's underneath her feet. And I always get different vibes from the cards. It could be the same card. I could read this the next time and say, oh, you're going to escape. Well, all of this is about feeling, this is basically feeling trapped. This is feeling like you can't move. However, all she really has to do is, well, we don't know. We don't know. Is her hands behind her bound? But because all she really has to do is have some trust, and she has to wiggle herself free. But we don't really know what's going on in the background. She could possibly kind of wiggle her head out. So in some ways she is trapped, and in some ways she really can break free. And there is, there is a way out of this. Except, again, we don't know how tightly her hands behind her are bound. So she might just feel, so this is all about illusion of being trapped. This is all illusion about, I can't make my move. I can't do anything about it. Again, so this is follow the money. Are we feeling trapped? Are we feeling like we really can't do anything? There's an illusion to this, but there's also a reality to it. We don't know how bound her hands behind her are. Next card is, interesting with that. So now we have a court card, but again, it is all reversed. And this is a 20. So it's a 2 tens. Tens are transitional energies. So 1 new beginning, 0 is God's source energy. So we have a 2 and we have a 0. 0, again, God's source energy. Now we also have 2s, which are crossroads, decisions. It's which way do we want to go? It's also coming together. Now, Judgment card, Major Arcana, Judgment card comes before the world says everything is done and good job. This is where we really look at things very carefully. We have to take responsibility for what we've done, for our part. And yet at the same time, once we do take that responsibility, we are now free to move forward. So here she is, she's bound up. She is kind of like, what can I really do? Well, look and see, what part did you play? And it doesn't mean, I'm not doing this as a personal reading. I'm doing this as a universal world reading. what part did we collectively, or what did the world collectively play? And, where are we going to, we have to look at things honestly if we want to move forward, okay? But this does show moving forward energy. This is definitely, we're a little bit stuck, but once we look at things and we really, and again, who is we? The world, the universe. It just means that there is an opportunity to get out of whatever this is, okay? Okay, so now 2 cards. Well, let's go and do the Colette Baron read, because 2 energies we didn't read. One is our fire or rods energy, or wands energy, and that is our Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, passionate, burning, and determined. And we did not look at our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, which is our water energy. And that is that's very spiritual. That's very, it flows. It's romantic. It's also, just very emotional energy too. So let's see what we have going on here with okay, there we go. Well, that's very interesting, and that is, a lot of this is confirmation, because we have that 4 of earth energy again. We have the 4 of pentacles energy here. And again, it is about, it does have the watching, the control, the follow the money. So we may feel trapped. There is something moving. We're going to be, we have to look at it. We have to face it. We can move on to something more positive. Remember, the World card follows this, meaning, hey, there's so much more to happen. We're just at a little bit of a stalemate. We're a little bit stuck here. So now be honest, move forward. But again, the 4 of earth is validation for the 4 of pentacles. And again, I'm getting that watch the money, follow the money. There's a little bit of being careful with the money, but at the same time, there's reciprocity with the money. So let's see what this all means. Let me know, please, because, let me know what you read into these. Let me know what you're reading, because I hear so many people, they say, okay, I see it this way too. If it's reaching you, the message gets delivered. we will see what we will see. Okay, take a moment again to like, share, subscribe, click on that bell for notification, and we will then start our readings now. Hello, my Virgos, and how are my sweet, sweet Virgos doing? Take some time out for yourself, okay? Yes, I know everybody draws upon your energies, and you're kind of like a little spongy right now. And, it just feels like you need to squeeze that sponge and get rid of a lot of other people's stuff, okay? Now, it's a good time to do that with the full moon, and then even a couple of the days after the full moon is to release the stuff that you've been absorbing and picking up. But part of the thing is, though, you need to know what is yours and what is not. So that's where my Virgos, your journaling really helps. Your writing things down really helps also. So let's see so I do feel a lot of releasing for you, and I feel that there's going to be a lot of pressure off of you too. Now, we've been having a lot of the Schumann resonance has been very high. We've got all these gates, we've got the full moon, so a lot of, not all these gates, one gate really, but all of these things, you just need to let it, release it. Be one with nature, be one with your God, do something that you just can let things move from you a little easier. Okay, how's that? Anyway, let's see. So this weekend's a good weekend again too for my Virgos, for some self-care, self-love, and just letting go of anger, letting go of just irritation. Let's see what we've got here for my Virgos from higher power. First card, okay, these two are reversed. Here we go. First card is 9 of Earth, abundance. 9, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. It's completion. Earth energy is your energy. It is also Capricorn and Taurus. And, if you watch the introduction, Capricorn and Taurus still have lots of stuff going on. But yours is a little smoother. Yours is a little easier. This is enjoying your energy. This is enjoying your surrounding. This is taking care of yourself a little bit more. Now, in some of the cards, this is also very much a manifestation of the 9 of Cups. And this is where the 9 of Cups, you're putting this out there. The 9 of Earth is you're receiving it. So this does have some tangible manifestation. So believe, do, put out there, but also too, again, going back to my beginning, this is a time for self-care. This is a time for you to enjoy what you also have created. Okay? So enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So if you're thinking of, again too, my Virgos, you don't be shy. If there's something that you are putting together, a proposal or something, don't be shy. Make sure you get your name on it. Okay? Own the proposal, whoever that is. Next card is renewal. So this is the Judgment card. So this was in the beginning. This was in the introduction. Now this is Archangel Jeremiah. Interesting energy with Jeremiah. I know of him, but I really can't tell you too much about him per se. The reason I'm saying this is I think he's somebody that my Virgos, you need to look up. And then you can comment and tell me a little more about him. So 2s have some decisions, has some crossroads, has some joining. 0 is God, source energy. This is, again, looking at the way things are. And again, remember I told you what is yours and what is others. And really facing that. And again, I feel like you need to get rid of the others and then moving on. Renewal is exactly that. It's renewing your energy, renewing your purpose, renewing your path, renewing your next step. Okay? So here we are. Review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. So some of this is not doing the same thing over and over again. Remember, what is that? The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So this is doing, and again, I do feel like your little sponge is just so saturated. You can't keep doing that, my Virgos. You need to do something a little different. I mean, yes, we all, I do Reiki, so a lot of time people come back because they're still walking through the cesspool of emotions that they walk through. So they have to be, that has to be kind of drained a little bit. So again, sometimes, looking at things when it says review and evaluate, look at things this weekend and see how you might be able to do something a little bit differently that's not so draining on your energies. And believe it or not, it will create a new path for you. Your last card here, reversed, the moon. So now we have that moon energy, the 11th. And that's on the night of the 11th or the evening of the 11th. So we have a 1, new beginning, 10, transition. And if you didn't see this one, there we go. Transition, 8, unlimited opportunities. 1 plus 8 is a 9, completion. So this has a lot of, so the moon, you have to really think about what is the moon. We see the one side of the moon. We see different phases. So it shows us little areas to concentrate on. So it's kind of like, so when it's a waxing moon and it's growing, it's kind of like, look at what's growing. Look at what's growing. Waning is as it's getting smaller. Look at what is still there. Maybe what's gone, but what is still there. And when it's full and the sun is shining and reflecting off of it, it's like, look at the whole picture. However, we never see the other side of the moon. It is never shown to us. So there are things hidden. There are things that are in a different dimension. There are things going on that we're not always aware of. Now, why do I mention that? Because my Virgos, you are very spiritual. And if you're spending some time with yourself and you're doing some meditation and again too, I see you with your journal, I think there's a lot of things that could be revealed for you this weekend. Okay. It also tells you to really trust your intuition and to just trust the information you're getting from your higher power. Okay. So here we go. Archangel Heniel. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. So one thing about my Virgos, you're so logical in many ways, but people don't understand how spiritual you are at the same time. And the thing is, if you're going to be spiritual, there's, again, my little sayings that's gotten me through life. If you pray, why worry? If you worry, why pray? Okay? And I find that's very, 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 very true. I'm always like, oh, please help me, please help me, please help me. So again, if you pray, why worry? And if you worry, why pray? So release your fears. Things will go where they need to go, especially when you let higher power, when you give the decision making to some extent to higher power. Anyway, let's see what we have. John Holland, Psychic Tarot cards. So yeah, there's a lot of reflection. There's a lot of getting yourself ready for that new direction. There's a lot of getting rid of a lot of old energy that has been picked up by other people, okay? And they just don't know how empathic you are, my Virgos. Or maybe they do, because they leave feeling better than how they left you. Anyway, let's see. Time to clean up. Get yourself a spiritual bath here. Anyway, let's see what we have. Higher power. What else can we say to our Virgos here? Ooh, love begins. 1, new beginning, new start, a new emotional experience for you. Now this is 1 of cups, 1 of water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Fluid and emotional. Now this could mean that love does begin, but this could also be there's a new path for you to follow. And there's just a new way of looking at things, and a new way of possibly just loving where you're going for a change. Okay? So what is this all about? My Virgos, let me know how this affects you. Now we're going to do something. We're going to add something. I probably should have done it in the introduction, but I got these from Amazon. They were inexpensive. $6, $7, I don't know. They're like playing cards. Angels of Abundance, Oracle cards. Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. I don't know if she still endorses these or not. She's made some changes. But I thought, oh, I liked them. They called to me, and I had them in my shopping cart for a while, and I said, I should buy these. And especially when they lowered the price. So here we go. You may not be able to see these, so I will read them to you. But let's see. They're encouraging words. What do you have to encourage our Virgos? Let me know. Higher power for our Virgos. Angels, I should say. Angels of Abundance. Here we go. cooperation instead of competition. Interesting with that. Anyway, what's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. That's very true. That's very true. Cooperation instead of competition. Especially too, and again too, I don't know, but I just feel like you pick up so many. And there is too. I think I can understand this message because there's many people that try to compete with you, my Virgos, and that, like I said, you just get weighed down by their energies. So yeah, it's a time. It's a time also too that you don't have to be the one competing. And I think it's kind of a different look at those other people. Hey, there's enough for you too. Anyway, you don't have to take their anger, their energies, their negativity, okay? Try not to absorb it, let's put it this way. So what crystal or energy for my Virgos do we have that would be helpful to my Virgos? First card, red jasper. Nurture, determination, relaxing, tranquility. I like that. Anyway, like I said, I think this weekend is a good time for you to do whatever it is that you do spiritually to cleanse your energies, to get rid of a lot of the negative energies. Yes, there's a lot of people that do compete with you, and that just is so draining. Let it go. Okay, my Virgos, take a moment, please. Take a moment to do all that stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell for notifications. Spread the message. Let's get the channel moving and growing, and I really appreciate you all doing that. Most importantly, and as always, my Virgos, know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.